Okay, so today we are going to be making pickled ginger. Now, I'm not a sushi fan. In fact, for a long time, I couldn't even eat like kelp in Norway. I would eat kelp, but in small amounts, and I'd gag as I was doing it. And I'm still not I'm still not a sushi fan. But over time, I think my body has kind of recognized kelp. And I really like seaweeds now, but still I'm not a sushi fan. But I do love pickled ginger. Oh, bring it on. So I don't mind going to, especially like Japanese restaurants, because I know I can get a lot of pickled ginger. And I'll have a salad and I'll tell them, bring me pickled ginger, and I'll put it all over my salad and bring me more and bring me more and bring me more. And it kind of helps to fill me up. And I always kind of wondered, is this stuff even healthy? I don't know, but I love it and I want more. So I thought, you know, time to actually learn how to make it and make some. And I can't believe I haven't done it before now. And I've never even bought pickled ginger before. I've only had it in restaurants. Now when I was looking up recipes for pickled ginger, I think I found one that matches what I've been eating, because I'm very good at being able to match up flavors. I'm great at being able to make recipes. Doesn't mean they all turn out, but I am good at thinking about it. Okay, so this recipe I came up with, I didn't come up with, I found. It says 2 pounds of fresh young ginger. You'll know it's young because, see, this is ginger. This is not young. Young ginger will be more skinny, and anyway, young ginger, you can feel it too. It's going to be fresh. And just, you know, where I bought ginger before that I really like, and it's organic, is at pacificbotanicals.com. pacificbotanicals.com. And it's a seasonal thing, but you can get organic ginger from here in the States. And anyway, it can be shipped to you, and it's so good and so strong, and that's what I've always used in the past. And that would slice way easier than what I'm buying in the store. This is like the best I can get right now. Okay, so, and I think the fall is when you get ginger. Most roots, you know, harvest time, you think of like Thanksgiving. Okay, but this recipe is 2 pounds of fresh young ginger root, 3 cups of rice vinegar. This is rice vinegar. 2 cups of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of salt. And what you're going to do is you're going to wash your ginger really good and scrub the peeling off. You can peel it, or you can scrub it with a potato peeler to get it off, you know, a potato scrubber. And then you put your ginger in a bowl and you put your salt over it, and the salt draws out a lot of the ginger. It gets a lot of the moisture out of the ginger. And then you're going to squeeze it. And then on the stove, you boil your rice vinegar and your sugar and your yeah, that's it. You boil your, let's see, mix rice vinegar and sugar in a pan and bring to a boil. Pour the hot mixture of it over the ginger slices, cool them, pack ginger slices, and its color will change from light, from the, you know, this yellow to a light pink. Unless it's old. If it's really old, it's not going to change, or might not change much. And then you just store it in the refrigerator. So, I mean, it's super easy. It's easy, easy. So then I thought, well, I'll start looking for a raw recipe just in case there is one, because there's got to be. And then Paula helped me with this, with the one we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm not techo-friendly yet. I can't have the recipe up there, but I will someday. You watch and see, I will. So it's 2 cups of rice vinegar, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. A pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of water, 1.5 tablespoons of agave syrup, and 1 teaspoon of beet juice, of fresh beet juice. Okay, so let's go through the recipe. Okay, rice vinegar. Is rice vinegar raw? I think that it can be, but I don't believe all resources are raw. I think it's kind of like apple cider. You know, some are raw and some aren't raw. So you can look into that. I don't have bananas, but one thing I like to make is banana vinegar. And the way you make banana vinegar is you take a ripe banana and you peel it and you put it in a container. It works fine to put it in like a sandwich Ziploc. And then you just Ziploc and you throw it in the refrigerator. Just kind of leave it there for a few days. And it's the juices from the banana. That's right, that's banana vinegar. And then we'd pour that over sliced hot peppers and would put it like in a salad dressing bottle. And then I would use that over my salads, and the kids loved it. And we could never have enough banana vinegar. And I haven't done that in a while, but you know, everybody talking reminded me of that. And it was like, oh yeah. You know, so but today I'm going to use rice vinegar. But, you know, enough talk about that. You use what you want to use. Okay, so, and then pinch of salt. You know, I've got my sea salts. But I wonder too, okay, so if it's calling for salt, could you maybe, and it also calls for some water, 3 tablespoons of water, a pinch of salt. So my thinking is, and this is how I work, is I'm thinking, well, couldn't you use some iris moss or some sort of seaweed and soak it in water so that you get the salts from that, and then you use that. You know, you can take your moss out, you know, or you can leave it in, either way, and then you just use that water, and then you've got your salt and your water together. So that is something that I would definitely do. But today we'll do the sea salt and the rice vinegar. Okay, and then agave. Oh, there's controversy about agave. Is it really raw? And maybe you don't care. This is sticky, sweet little kids that I have. Okay, so, and agave is expensive, and I'm a beekeeper, and I have lots of honey, and I have friends who are beekeepers, and this, look how clear that is. So where does it show up the best? Do you see how clear that honey is? This is orange blossom honey that was just harvested. Is my battery dead? This was just harvested like last week. So it's super, super fresh. And I'm gonna use that instead of agave. Okay, so let's do it. Let me show you how it's done. I did this yesterday, and it's really good, and we'll taste test it in a little bit. We're going to, you take your ginger and you throw in your salt, and you do your beet juice. So you put beet juice in there. And so that's how they're getting the pink color in this. But you know, you're getting the vitamins from those beets too, the antioxidants. And then you have fuchsia colored fingers. Okay, and so then you put in your agave, in my case honey. And I'm going to do quite a bit because I like it kind of sweet. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to rinse my hands real quick. They weren't clean, but I just want to rinse them again. Okay, so you just kind of mix that up. Just stir it around. This is so hard. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then you're going to stick it in. I like to use glass. And I know from doing things in the past that you can't, I've made a few fermented items before. And I don't know if this is truly in the case of a fermented, you know, if it qualifies, but you never, when you store it in the fridge, you pack it tight, and you never let the water be below the actual food product. It must be totally covered. And so sometimes you need to add, oh, I didn't do the vinegar. I think it'd be fine without the vinegar, but we'll do it with the vinegar. Did anybody catch me on that? Oh, I did a good job packing it. Okay. Rats. 1 minute. I'm running out of time. I can Facebook it, but not YouTube it. Darn, it's not open. Where's an assistant when you need one?
I'll do it you need me.
Oh, thank you. I hear an assistant. But I got it now. How much vinegar? 2 tablespoons. Oh, this does smell good. I used to use rice vinegar a lot. Okay. All right, so we got it. We stir it up, and we put it in there. And I think I'm going to make it in time. But we got to do the taste test. I did test it, though. And it's very good, but it's not the same as what I get in a restaurant. I really think it's the boiled water, and it's really sweet, and it's mellow. It doesn't have a strong ginger taste to it, whereas the raw kind is very strong. But I like that better.
What are you doing, Mom?
Okay, and there you have it. Put your lid on and store it in the refrigerator. And I've even made the YouTube time. There you go, pickled ginger. Let it soak in the fridge at least 4 hours. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Can I make a video by